Welcome back to Dalker. This is going to be episode 2 of Dalker reviews, or maybe not. I don't know. I might just do Dalker reviews with like an episode, like episodical, whatever chronological thing. But I'm going to be reviewing Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Disney Plus show, 8 episodes. Just finished it last night, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. I grew up in Percy Jackson. I was a bigger fan of Heroes of Olympus. And honestly, I didn't really like it. Didn't really get good for me until Titan's Curse. So like Sea of Monsters and Lightning Thief were never really my favorites as a kid. I probably read both of those combined like a total of 4 times. Like I didn't really read through them that many times. So this is a story like Lightning Thief is a story that I don't really connect with or remember a lot of. So that kind of ties into my review of it a little bit. But I mean, let's just jump right in. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It kind of fell off right around episode 5. Like episode 5 through 7 were just kind of meh. It felt kind of rushed. It didn't really feel like there was a lot of stakes. And I don't know. Those are when the changes kind of started to pile up for me. Like the Lotus Casino didn't really feel like it was as intense a moment as it was in the movie and the book. The fact that they missed the solstice was interesting. The whole Sally and Poseidon interaction was kind of weird to me. I don't know. Like they made a lot of changes. Like I wasn't really upset with a lot of the changes they made early. Like I felt, the first 4 episodes were great. Like I didn't really feel like I was like, oh, this change is kind of weird. But then when it finally, gets into, the build up to the climax and like Act 2 towards Act 3 of the whole book, it kind of just feels like these changes just kind of remove a lot of the stakes. I don't know. It just kind of felt kind of weird to me. And overall, I mean, obviously these are young people and I can't act better than them, but I felt the acting was a little subpar. But that's not really a major complaint. It just kind of took a lot of the air out of some moments, I felt. I wasn't upset at all about the Annabeth, she's, blonde hair, blue eye, or blonde hair, gray eyes in the books, and she's black. I didn't really feel like that was an issue at all. As I'm sure a lot of other people were. I felt the casting was pretty fantastic. I think Grover's pretty Grovery. Percy, obviously, he has a lot of quips. I feel like he wasn't nearly as... He was a lot more serious. And, like, those whole, like, flashback moments with him and, like, his mom getting, like, in those disputes, it kind of felt like, meh. But overall, I think the casting was pretty fantastic. Lance Reddick played a pretty phenomenal Zeus. He was intimidating. He had the pinstripe suit. And I think in the books, he described him as, like a bearded man with, like, gray beard, long hair, and, like, lightning was cracking in his beard, I think. I think that's the book description of him. I can't remember. But I think the casting was pretty fantastic. I think the last episode was probably my favorite. I think they did the whole moment where Percy finds out that Luke stole the lightning bolt was pretty good. I think Luke was probably the best child actor in the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie. I think he nailed it. Like he had, this guise of like, oh, I'm older than you. I can be like a mentor to you. And like he didn't really like obviously if you read the book, like he's bad, and you can kind of like see through the cracks of like, oh, you can tell that he's putting on a front. And I think, obviously he's a little bit older, I think. And he's obviously supposed to be older than Annabeth, Percy, and Grover. Or not Grover, but Annabeth and Percy. And you can tell, like, he has this air about him of, like, confidence. And I thought that was pretty good. I thought Clarice's actor was pretty fantastic. The set design was pretty good. I didn't really like the whole beach, because I think they used the view that they use in, like, The Mandalorian, where it's, like, LED, like, space, where it's, like, a wraparound kind of locale. I didn't really like how that looked on the beach. I think, why not just go to a beach? And that beach kind of looked like the beach from Teen Beach Movie, with, like, the lighthouse and everything. Like, that kind of looked like it was from Teen Beach Movie. But in the Ares fight, kind of felt like it had a lot of build-up. Like, I don't know. It had a lot of build-up for kind of a very quick moment. And, Percy summoning the wave and just smacking Ares was just kind of like, oh, wow, that happened very quick. Like, they had, like, they matched swords, like, I feel like 3 times. And then the wave came. Ares was like, and then Percy's like, and it was over. And I kind of felt like that was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. I don't think you can really, like, obviously the movie compressed a lot and got rid of it, and it was a poor adaptation. But I think, I don't know. There's something about it. Like, I feel like there should have been more episodes. And, like, obviously, like, I have no issue with this as an adaptation, because it's like, if you want the actual story, you just read the book. Like, you're not going to get a perfect adaptation. Like, there's no perfect adaptations of anything, really. Besides maybe, like near perfect adaptations, at least. Like, besides, like, maybe Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, like, those are, in terms of blockbuster adaptations, but, like, those are, like, pretty one-to-one, almost like one-to-one adaptations, and it's like, okay, that's perfectly fine. If you want to consume Harry Potter, read the book or watch the movie, you're not going to really miss out on anything. If I had to suggest somebody that wants to get into Percy Jackson, I'd read the book, because I think that's just a far and away better. It's just better. But I enjoy this series. I like Percy Jackson a lot. But like I said, even as a kid, I never really liked or like cared for Lightning Thief and Sea of Monsters. Like once it hit Titan's Curse, Battle Labyrinth, Last Olympians, like that's when, or Last Olympian, like that's like, that's it. That's the cash. That's that liquid gold right there. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was entertaining. I don't have nearly as much complaints as I was checking out the Lightning Thief Percy Jackson like subreddit, and man, they were pissing their pants about it. It's like, dude, nothing's a perfect adaptation. You've seen that a million times with everything ever, forever and always. Like, and at least it's being made. Like, at least be thankful. Like, if you dislike the movie adaptation, at least be like, oh great, a show's gonna adapt it. And if you don't like it, read the book. It's the same thing with video game remakes, where it's like, oh, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl suck dick. Okay, then play Platinum. Like, these games, these adaptations don't erase the original thing. Like, you don't need to have that. And if you it's just, I don't know, people complain about everything. I complain about a lot of things, but I don't complain about stuff like that. So I enjoyed it. I would check it out. I mean, if you've read the books, I would check it out. Even if you haven't, I think, obviously if you haven't read the book and you like, my parents were watching and they enjoyed it. Like, I think that's pretty telling that it's it's an enjoyable show. And if you're really getting up in arms about the changes they made, then I don't know, suck a dick. Who gives a fuck? But yeah, Dalker reviews, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Lightning Thief, whatever the hell, season 1. Really good. I'm just excited for, 5-6 years in the future when Titan's Curse finally gets adapted, because that's the real meat and potatoes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.